What is up, everybody? My name is Kyle and welcome to my channel. If you don't recognize me, that's because this is my first video. And if you do recognize me, then you don't recognize me from here. And regardless, thank you all for being here. Thank you for showing up. I hope you enjoy these. I don't have a lot of direction for what I'm trying to do, but I'm picturing like vlog style content. I really like houseplants. I really like interior design. I really like travel. I really like music. And all of that feels like the combination for a YouTube channel, at least to some capacity. So wanted to get it going. I'll be figuring out along the way. And yeah, for my first video, it's kind of on par with what I just said. We're gonna pick up a bookcase from Facebook Marketplace and we're gonna swap it out over here in the corner of my office and make it look nice. So yeah, I'll show you what it looks like currently over here, and then we'll pick up the bookcase and then we'll get to work. So here's what I'm working with in the corner of my office. I don't hate it by any means. It's just pretty busy and I want to open it up a little bit. So this bookcase should solve that for me. I wanted to get rid of this dedicated plant stand. I've had it for a couple of years. It's just been on my radar to get rid of, and now's the time. I like this table from Savers, but I've had it for a couple of years. And if you follow me on TikTok or you're a friend of mine, you know I'm trying to get rid of all the gold metal in my house. So this will solve that. I have never once deserved a gold medal, so time to get rid of that. Additionally, I've got the plant lights here and I don't think I really need them. So I'm looking to ditch that. I'm right next to a south-facing window, so all this stuff gets pretty good light throughout the day and then really good light near the end of the day. That said, I do have a Soltech pendant light that I'm thinking about hanging right up there, which would just allow me to grow pretty much whatever I want on the new bookcase. We are now in my car driving to the Facebook Marketplace pickup, and yeah, I'm really excited to go pick up this bookcase. If I didn't mention it in the intro, I found this piece originally on Facebook Marketplace a couple weeks ago and slept on it. Slept on it for like all of 10 or 15 minutes, decided I wanted it. By then it was already pending. Wrote the seller, said, hey, if that person doesn't pick it up, I'll take it. That person took it. And I had a feeling when I saw the piece and I saw the price that somebody was buying it to flip it. So I've been keeping my eye on Facebook Marketplace and it popped back up. It's more expensive, still worth it. Ever since I saw the first piece, I've kind of been obsessing about it and trying to find something comparable, trying to find another one of those pieces. It's proven to be near impossible. The closest I got was kind of this modular shelving piece I found from a company in Japan, but the shipping was going to be like twice the amount of what the actual shelving was. I did buy it. I canceled it because I found that this piece got relisted this morning. So luckily that got canceled. I don't have to pay for it. It was a cool piece. I'll throw it up here. Maybe I'll buy it down the road. But yeah, the shipping alone was ridiculous. The pieces are super cheap. The shipping makes it not cheap at all. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna go pick this up. Let's go check it out. Wouldn't it be nice if Facebook Marketplace had a brick and mortar store and you could just say you're gonna buy something, seller drops it off at the store, you go pick it up, transaction had, everybody's happy. You don't have to do like some sketchy meetup in a parking lot or let somebody know where you live. I don't know, just an idea. If you're gonna do something right, Facebook, there's an idea. Take that one, Zuck, run with it. I don't want your money. As you can hopefully see behind me, we have secured the bag and we are heading home. The woman that sold the bookcase to me on Facebook Marketplace was incredibly nice. Do I like paying more for something that I saw previously listed on Facebook Marketplace? No. Does it make me feel better knowing that she's a really nice lady and that she operates another Facebook Marketplace account that raises money for veterans? Yes, that makes me feel better. I was happy to pay her. She took care of it. She cleaned it up. It looks nicer than the original listing. She definitely knew her stuff. And she was telling me how she used to work for MTV back in the 80s. She sold off all her memorabilia, but really cool. Nice lady, does obviously really nice things for the community. So when all's said and done, did I pay more for the bookshelf? Yes. Is it going to a good cause? Hopefully, in a roundabout way. I don't know. She was selling it personally, but she does cool stuff. So yeah, awesome. Before we start swapping stuff out in the office, I at least wanted to show you the piece on its own. So this is the piece. It is a stepped bookcase, 3 tiers. It was listed as mid-century modern Art Deco, and I believe it's from the 70s. It's about 3 feet long. Actually, it's exactly 3 feet long. And yeah, it's basically just 2 rectangles and a square, but there's some nice touches to it that I think really take it over the edge. And the first being the actual edge right here, which are rounded. I think that's a super nice touch. And then the feet here also kind of kick it up a notch and make it look like it's not just, again, 2 rectangles and a square. I think it's from the 70s again, but here, let's lean this over and take a look. I know there was an emblem. So there we go. What does that say? What does that say? Solomon and Company. Check out my Hoya elliptica blooms. I don't know if that's focused. Yeah, pretty focused. Pretty cool. All right, so the bookshelf is in its rightful place. It's looking pretty barren right now, but now's the fun part. We get to start decorating. First up, I mentioned getting rid of that gold lamp. So this will be the lamp that takes its place. I've just had it sitting in my basement. It does have some gold accenting on it. We're gonna ignore that. But I like the gray tone. I like the coolness. It's a pretty warm room, a lot of warm wood, a lot of warm colors, a lot of warm lighting. So it'll be nice to have a little bit of contrast with a cool gray. I am gonna need an extension cord, but we'll at least get it set up where it's supposed to go. if you're wondering what kind of lighting I use around the house, for the most part, I use the Philips Hue bulbs. I've been collecting them for years. Typically, I wait till they go on sale, buy a couple at a time. Started when I was renting an apartment, you know, a couple lights here or there. They last forever. So just over the years, I've accrued a ton of them. Love them. This is the 1100, so this one will be a little bit brighter. Typically do the 1100s in all of my main lamps, and then 800s in some of the more like ancillary table lamps. And then I do have a few of the candelabra E12 style in some of my fixtures as well. Wherever I can't use Philips Hue bulbs, I like to buy the Philips Hue smart plugs. They allow you to turn anything with a plug into a smart plug. So to my left here, I have the IKEA donut lamp. That doesn't have a Philips Hue bulb in it, but I do have one of these smart plugs on it. So I'm able to control that light on and off with the rest of the lights in my house. Hopefully that helps. Reach out if you have any questions. I love these things. Here's how we're looking. Pretty happy with it so far. I know things are going to switch around and change over time, but at least for a first pass, I think that's looking pretty good. The more I stare at this, the more I want to put the Soltech light up there. I have a feeling that's probably going to happen. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it does, it'll probably be in this video. Still need the extension cord to get this lit, but I do have, speaking of lighting, another surprise, and I will show you in a second. So I mentioned additional lighting, and what I want to do is actually light each of these shelves. And what I'm going to use are these LED lights that I buy online. They come in two different warmths. So there's a cool white and a warm white. I always buy the warm white, and they come in two sizes, the 63 and the 40. The 63 puts out more light, but the reason that I buy two sizes is more for like the evenness of the lighting. So this short one will be great underneath that first shelf, but what I'm afraid of is if I use this one on the other two, it's not going to evenly light the shelves, and you're going to get hot spots in the center. So I'm trying to combat that by using the longer one for the two rectangle shelves, and then using the short one for the shorter shelf. So we have a small problem here, that being this light doesn't quite fit in this shelf. So I'm not going to try to force it. Actually, hold on. Did it on a diagonal. Okay, I don't hate that. All right, so that's what we're gonna do, actually. We started with a problem, we just solved it live. All right, I am going to apply this one at a diagonal. My hope being that if I angle it like this, as I think about this, you shouldn't be able to see it really from anywhere in the room unless you're looking at it dead on. And if that's the case, you're gonna be able to see any of the lights anyway. So I'm gonna do that. Look at that, Mr. Problem Solver. Hey-ho. These are super easy to apply. You just take off, so they're magnets. This magnetic piece will stay on the furniture, and then this light is actually removable so that you can charge it. So what you're gonna wanna do is just remove the backing on this. Can I do this on, oh, look at that, on camera. So remove the backing, and typically I like to gently press, because if you gently press, you can pull it off pretty easily and replace it. But let's see if I can do this on the first try. Sorry if this angle sucks. But there we go, gently. Huh. So yeah, from the angle you're looking at, you can definitely see the light. Probably doesn't look great, but the angle I'm looking at, I can't see it. And that's pretty cool. I am gonna adjust it a little bit more though off camera here. So typically I like to measure before I put these lights on, just to ensure that the light is centered on the shelf. So we're just gonna go ahead and measure here real quick. .25 inches. So that makes the halfway point 12 3/4 inches. So if I look at 12 3/4 inches roughly, it's like right about this notch. So I'm going to eyeball it, and what I'll do then is take this longer light. I'm going to measure the center from one end of the light to the other, not the whole piece, but the center of the light. I'll make a little mark with a piece of tape, and then I'll just center this underneath the light. All right, so you can't see it, but there is a piece of tape right here that's marking the center of the light, and I'm just going to go ahead and place it in the shelf. Something to note here is you're trying to toe the line between placing the light far enough back where it's not readily seen, but also not placing it so far back that you're just casting the light behind what you're trying to display. I've typically found that like 2 inches from the front is a good distance to hide the light, but also ensure that you're lighting up the things you want to in the display and not lighting up the things behind them. So I'm just going to go ahead and line this up. Where's my notch? There's my notch. And then what I'll do is I'll place it back a couple inches. I'm going to gently press so that it stays lightly. And then I'm going to measure from the front to the back to make sure that this is even across the entire shelf. All right, so I've measured and removed the tape. The light has been applied. And as you can see, even from this angle, you can really only see the button over there. But if I go ahead and flip it on, you can see that it's lighting everything in the front. It's not just lighting what's behind it. So really happy with how that's coming out. I'm going to do the last one. So as you can see, I took a little break. I got an extension cord to plug the lamp in, so it's working. It looks awesome. The next step here is I'm going to hang this pennant that I got from Oxford Pennant. It's a John Prine lyric. I love this piece, and I think it's going to look awesome right about here. So I'm going to use some 3M hooks. I'll show you the ones that I'm going to use. I don't really want to make holes in the wall for this. It's a pretty light piece, so I don't think we need holes. I just have a few of these clear plastic 3M hooks left over from something. I'm going to use these on the wall. And yeah, in the next shot, you'll see me hanging this, I guess. I'm slouching terribly in this chair so that you guys can see me. But I'm just gonna call it. I was messing around with the Soltech light, and I'm just not 100% sure where I want it, like height-wise, on the wall yet. And also, I currently have the white Pinocchio mount, and as I started messing with stuff, I think I want the wood-colored mount, and admittedly, I did just buy the wood-colored mount. I think it'll match the floating shelves behind me really nicely. So I'm gonna wait for that to come. I'm gonna think about it. The other thing that I'm just not sure about yet is cord management. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that cord when it hangs down, or if I'm gonna run it off to the side. So because I'm unsure and I'm tired, I'm just gonna stop. And overall, I think this came out great. I'm just stoked that this piece came back into my life after missing it on Facebook Marketplace. Yes, I paid a little bit more, but it was absolutely worth it. It fits like a glove in that corner. I didn't have to move a single piece of furniture to get it in there. And everything that I was looking at that was comparable, it was gonna take some finagling. So it's just cool happenstance that this thing came back. Really cool opportunity for a first video, I thought. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed the work. I will update you with the Soltech light if I do anything with it. But overall, I hope you enjoyed my first video. This was a lot of fun to do. I'm excited to edit. I'm terrified to edit. This may never see the light of day, but overall, let me know what you thought. If you have any questions about what you saw, if you have any questions or ideas about what you want to see more of, please let me know. Again, my name is Kyle. This is my channel. Please feel free to like and subscribe if you liked what you saw, and hopefully there'll be more content where this comes from. Thank you.